Hi, welcome to the Bible in a Year Live Chronological Project podcast. We continue this week through the book of Numbers, today, Numbers 11 to 13, from the New American Standard Bible. My name is Shane. Let's dive into today's reading. Chapter 11 The People Complain. Now the people became like those who complain of adversity in the ears of the Lord. And the Lord heard them, and his anger was kindled. And the fire of the Lord burned among them and consumed some at the outskirts of the camp. The people then cried out to Moses, and Moses prayed to the Lord, and the fire died out. So that place was named Taberah, because the fire of the Lord burned among them. Now the rabble who were among them had greedy cravings, and the sons of Israel also wept again and said, Who will give us meat to eat? We remember the fish which we used to eat for free in Egypt, the cucumbers, the melons, the leeks, the onions, and the garlic. But now our appetite is gone. There is nothing at all to look at except this manna. Now the manna was like coriander seed, and its appearance like that of bdellium. The people would roam about and gather it and grind it between two millstones, or pound it in the mortar and boil it in the pot and make loaves with it. And its taste was like the taste of cake baked with oil. When the dew came down on the camp at night, the manna would come down with it. The complaint of Moses. Now Moses heard the people weeping throughout their families, each one at the entrance of his tent. And the anger of the Lord became very hot, and Moses was displeased. So Moses said to the Lord, Why have you been so hard on your servant? And why have I not found favor in your sight that you have put the burden of all this people on me? Was it I who conceived all this people? Or did I give birth to them, that you should say to me, Carry them in your arms, as a nurse carries a nursing infant to the land which you swore to their fathers? Where am I to get meat to give to all this people? For they weep before me, saying, Give us meat so that we may eat. I am not able to carry all this people by myself, because it's too burdensome for me. So if you're going to deal with me this way, please kill me now, if I have found favor in your sight, and do not let me see my misery. 70 elders to assist Moses. The Lord therefore said to Moses, Gather for me 70 men from the elders of Israel, whom you know to be the elders of the people and their officers, and bring them to the tent of meeting, and have them take their stand there with you. Then I will come down and speak with you there, and I will take away some of the Spirit who is upon you, and put him upon them, and they shall bear the burden of the people with you, so that you will not bear it by yourself. And you shall say to the people, Consecrate yourselves for tomorrow, and you shall eat meat. For you have wept in the ears of the Lord, saying, Oh, that someone would give us meat to eat, for we were well off in Egypt. Therefore the Lord will give you meat, and you shall eat. You shall eat not 1 day, nor 2 days, nor 5 days, nor 10 days, nor 20 days, but for a whole month, until it comes out of your nose and makes you nauseated, because you have rejected the Lord who is among you, and have wept before him, saying, Why did we ever leave Egypt? But Moses says, The people among whom I am included are 600,000 on foot. Yet you have said, I will give them meat so that they may eat for a whole month. Are flocks and herds to be slaughtered for them, so that it will be sufficient for them? Or are all the fish of the sea to be caught for them, so that it will be sufficient for them? Then the Lord said to Moses, Is the Lord's power too little? Now you shall see whether my word will come true for you or not. So Moses went out and told the people the words of the Lord. He also gathered 70 of the elders of the people and positioned them around the tent. Then the Lord came down in the cloud and spoke to them. And he took away some of the Spirit who was upon him and placed him upon the 70 elders. And when the Spirit rested upon them, they prophesied, yet they did not do it again. But 2 men had remained in the camp. The name of the one was Eldad, and the name of the other Medad. And the Spirit rested upon them, and they were among those who had been registered, but had not gone out to the tent. And they prophesied in the camp. So a young man ran and informed Moses and said, Eldad and Medad are prophesying in the camp. Then Joshua, the son of Nun, the personal servant of Moses from his youth, responded and said, My lord Moses, restrain them. But Moses said to him, Are you jealous for my sake? If only all the Lord's people were prophets, that the Lord would put his spirit upon them. Then Moses returned to the camp, both he and the elders of Israel. The quail and the plague. Now a wind burst forth from the Lord, and it brought quail from the sea and dropped them beside the camp, about a day's journey on this side and a day's journey on the other side, all around the camp, and about 2 cubits deep on the surface of the ground. And the people spent all that day, all night, and all the next day, and they gathered the quail. The one who gathered least gathered 10 homers, and spread them out for themselves all around the camp. While the meat was still between their teeth before it was chewed, the anger of the Lord was kindled against the people, and the Lord struck the people with a very severe plague. So that place was named Kibroth Hatava, because there they buried the people who had been greedy. From Kibroth Hatava, the people set out for Hazeroth, and they remained at Hazeroth. Chapter 12. The murmuring of Miriam and Aaron. Then Miriam and Aaron spoke against Moses because of the Cushite woman whom he had married, for he had married a Cushite woman. And they said, Is it a fact that the Lord has spoken only through Moses? Has he not spoken through us also as well? The Lord heard this. Now the man Moses was very humble, more than any person who was on the face of the earth. And the Lord suddenly said to Moses and to Aaron and Miriam, You three go out to the tent of meeting. So the three of them went out, and the Lord came down in a pillar of cloud and stood at the entrance of the tent, and he called Aaron and Miriam. When they had both come forward, he said, Now hear my words. If there is a prophet among you, I, the Lord, will make myself known to him in a vision. I will speak with him in a dream. It is not this way for my servant Moses. He is faithful in all my household. With him I speak mouth to mouth, that is, openly and not using mysterious language, and he beholds the form of the Lord. So why were you not afraid to speak against my servant, against Moses? And the anger of the Lord burned against them, and he departed. But when the cloud had withdrawn from above the tent, behold, Miriam was leprous, as white as snow. As Aaron turned toward Miriam, behold, she was leprous. Then Aaron said to Moses, Oh, my Lord, I beg you, do not hold us responsible for this sin by which we have turned out to be foolish, and by which we have sinned. Oh, do not let her be like a dead person whose flesh is half eaten away when he comes out of his mother's womb. So Moses cried out to the Lord, saying, God, heal her, please. But the Lord said to Moses, If her father had only spit in her face, would she not be put to shame for 7 days? Have her shut outside the camp for 7 days, and afterward she may be received again. So Miriam was shut outside the camp for 7 days, and the people did not move on until Miriam was received again. Afterward, however, the people moved on from Hazeroth and camped in the wilderness of Paran. Chapter 13. Spies view the land. Then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Send out men for yourselves to spy out the land of Canaan, which I am going to give the sons of Israel. You shall send a man from each of their fathers' tribes, every one a leader among them. So Moses sent them from the wilderness of Paran, at the command of the Lord, all of them men who were heads of the sons of Israel. These then were their names. From the tribe of Reuben, Shammua, the son of Zachar. From the tribe of Simeon, Shaphat, the son of Hori. From the tribe of Judah, Caleb, the son of Jephunneh. From the tribe of Issachar, Iglah, the son of Joseph. From the tribe of Ephraim, Hoshea, the son of Nun. From the tribe of Benjamin, Palti, the son of Raphu. From the tribe of Zebulun, Gadiel, the son of Sodi. From the tribe of Joseph, from the tribe of Manasseh, Gadi, the son of Susi. From the tribe of Dan, Amiel, the son of Gemali. From the tribe of Asher, Shether, the son of Michael. From the tribe of Naphtali, Nabi, the son of Zophshi. And from the tribe of Gad, Geuel, the son of Maki. These are the names of the men whom Moses sent to spy out the land. But Moses called Hoshea, the son of Nun, Joshua. When Moses sent them to spy out the land of Canaan, he said to them, "Go up there into the Negev, then go into the hill country. See what the land is like, and whether the people who live in it are strong or weak, whether they are few or many, and how is the land in which they live? Is it good or bad? And how are the cities in which they live? Are the people in open camps or in fortifications? And how is the land? Is it productive and unproductive? Are there trees in it or not? And show yourselves courageous and get some of the fruit of the land." Now the time was the season of the first ripe grapes. So they went up and spied out the land from the wilderness of Zin as far as Rehob at Lebo Hamath. When they had gone up into the Negev, they came to Hebron, where Ahiman, Shishai, and Talmai, the descendants of Anak, were. Hebron was built 7 years before Zoan in Egypt. Then they came to the valley of Eshcol, and from there they cut off a branch with a single cluster of grapes, and they carried it on a pole between two men, with some of the pomegranates and the figs. That place was called the Valley of Eshcol because of the cluster which the sons of Israel cut off from there. The spies' reports. When they returned from spying out the land at the end of the 40 days, they went on and came to Moses and Aaron and to all the congregation of the sons of Israel in the wilderness of Paran at Kadesh, and they brought back word to them and to all the congregation and showed them the fruit of the land. So they reported to him and said, "We came into the land where you sent us, and it certainly does flow with milk and honey, and this is its fruit. Nevertheless, the people who live in the land are strong, and the cities are fortified, very large. And indeed, we saw the descendants of Anak there. Amalek is living in the land of the Negev. The Hittites, the Jebusites, and the Amorites are living in the hill country, and the Canaanites are living by the sea and by the side of the Jordan." Then Caleb quieted the people before Moses and said, "We should by all means go up and take possession of it, for we will certainly prevail over it." But the men who had gone up with him said, "We are not able to go up against the people because they are too strong for us." So they brought a bad report of the land which they had spied out to the sons of Israel, saying, "The land through which we have gone to spy out is a land that devours its inhabitants, and all the people whom we saw in it are people of great stature. We also saw the Nephilim there. The sons of Anak are part of the Nephilim, and we were like grasshoppers in our own sight, and so we were in their sight." There are a couple of things to highlight in this passage that I think are very interesting just to even take a note of. The first one is how the people complain, and they continue to complain, and I can't help but reading their complaint and thinking about how we are today also, where God makes provision. He makes the provision of manna for them, and they complain that they don't like the manna. This amazing, miraculous food that comes from heaven. They have come to the place where they've had enough of it, and now they're complaining and longing for the days when they were in slavery but had more options. So in a sense, they prefer the slavery with the more options than the one miraculous option that has been given to them so that they could have something to eat. Mind you, they complained about not having anything to eat before God provided the manna. And now it's almost like there's a full disregard of what God has done for them through the manna and wanting of more. And I find us to be the similar kind of way where God provides for us. And sometimes it's not the grandest provision, but oftentimes it's easy to despise God's gift and want more just because we see somebody else having something that we don't have, or we see his provision for them in a different kind of a way, rather than rejoicing with them for what they have and rejoicing before God with what we have. We always want more. It's like we are never satisfied with whatever God gives. And then he punishes them for this greed, where he promises them meat, and that the meat will become such a problem to them and make them nauseated. The next thing in the passage that I want to highlight is this whole idea of the 70 elders, where Moses is asking the Lord for help. And he says if he doesn't get help, might as well he dies. And the Lord is also compassionate to Moses, by giving him this option of choosing other elders to help carry the burden. And what I found interesting about that is that God didn't take the burden away. The burden is still there. He just provided more people to take on the burden. And it's kind of cool how the ability to take on the burden is only something that can be done through the power of the Spirit. As he says, he'll take some of the Spirit who is on Moses and place it on the men. And it's to place it on the men so that they are able to carry the burden, not taking the burden away, which I think is very interesting. That also probably can help inform us today on how we pray as opposed to praying for the struggle to be taken away rather than praying for the spiritual means or the spiritual deficiency to help make it through the struggle. I know the Bible talks a lot about struggles and hard times and trials being placed there to help build our endurance and so on. So it's almost like God highlights through this passage the value of the struggle, that he doesn't take the struggle away, but rather gives the spiritual subsidy to deal with the struggle. May the Lord help us with our struggles in the same kind of a way. There are two more stories that happened in the passage that we read today, but I think I'll leave those for another time. In the meantime, may the Lord just help us as we continue to read his word, and may he help us find joy and delight in it so that we can grow and learn and mature to be who it is that he wants us to be, putting forth all the fruits of the Spirit in all of our lives, in every scenario that we are living in, so that he can be glorified. Happy reading and blessings on you.